Hi, I'm for a little bit of a change tonight, again reading a poem by someone else, and this is from a poet that I've known for about a dozen years. His name is Pete Justus, and he was the founder and former co-host of the Rap Saloon, which is a poetry venue in Santa Monica, California. And this is one of Pete's poems from a book of his called Truths, Taps, and Time. And the poem is called It's Not Always Going to Be This Way. I remember when it was raining and the days were cold and gray. When my heart was torn and aching, someone said, "It's not always going to be this way." I was so confused and desperate, like a ship lost at sea. I didn't know how to live without you, or how to live with your debris. The highlight of my days, it seemed, was falling asleep in the late night dark. Then, at last, I couldn't feel the pain that was ripping apart my heart. I knew I couldn't change things, but I didn't know how to make it through each day. I knew I couldn't rearrange things, but it seemed like it was always going to be this gray. I couldn't stop thinking about you or stop thinking about what I should have done. All I did was watch the rainfall and ponder whether I should go get a gun. Steve was reading a poem last night that he'd read on another day, but it really caught my ear this time when he said, "It's not always going to be this way." I knew I'd heard that before in another life and time when I remembered it was George Harrison who had used it in his own rhyme. I remember those hot summer afternoons when our bodies were right in tune, when we slithered all over each other, when we brought a real fire into that room. That summer we were so close together and we knew what was in each other's heart. I never thought for a moment then that you would ever really depart. We just reveled in the good times, soaked it up like our just desserts, laughed through the heated summer, and forgot that in the end love hurts. When the rain was falling, I prayed the pain would go away, but when the summer heat blazed, I never thought, it's not always going to be this way. All things must pass, he'd said, and we all know in our hearts that's true, but it makes more sense in the abstract than when it's happening to me and you. When we have pain and hardship, we can't wait for it to pass, can't wait for time to heal our wounds, can't wait for a love that lasts. And when we find these moments, when we touch a heart soft and true, we forget the reality of the situation. There are no guarantees to pull us through. We think true love lasts forever. We believe that hurts are worn away in time. But the reality is that nothing is certain. Life follows its own rhythms and rhymes. A friend once said to me, every relationship is terminal in its own way. No matter how much we think we're immune, it's not always going to be this way. Now that I'm somewhat older and a lot farther from the pain of loss, I understand life on another level, understand its debts and costs. I used to expect the worst in life, and that's what I usually found. I never understood the flow of life, never understood how things could turn around. I used to pray for answers, for Him to solve things that hurt me so, and I didn't think God heard me, but in time I learned He just answered no. I don't know if He can grant me another shot at love so fair, but I know if that chance happens that God has granted at least that prayer. I'll savor every blessed moment. I'll try to find some good in every blessed day. I know something is bound to change the story because it's not always going to be this way. Thanks very much. And Pete Justus's book, Truths, Taps, and Time, you can find it on Amazon.com. And thanks for listening. Bye for now.